Stacey, I wanted to turn to a different kind of safety hazard that it sounds like we're seeing a lot more of in Napa County. You're with Environmental Health, which is the department at Napa County that runs our education campaign around harmful algae blooms in partnership with the Public Health Department. Can you tell us what harmful algae blooms are and how to recognize them?
Of course. The last few years, we've started an education campaign to help make sure people are aware of the hazards that are out there when the water becomes contaminated. And harmful algal blooms is actually a misnomer, but regardless, we had in a different water body, maybe 4 years ago, we had 2 dogs that died from ingesting the toxins that are released from these organisms. And even though the area was posted, no dogs, no swimming, you know, sometimes people do their own thing and the dogs ended up in the water. And these cyanobacteria, when they break open, they release toxins. They can have neurotoxins, liver toxins. And so small children that shouldn't be drinking water and ingesting it, and especially dogs who, you know, if they jump out of the water, the first thing they do is they start licking their coat. So they're most likely to ingest those toxins and have negative effects. So if you go out into the public, you should hopefully see some of these signs. Let's see, I'm going to try to share my screen here. Hopefully you can see the signs that we have posted out there to help people identify. And the bottom line, if water looks gross, don't go in it. Don't let your dogs in it. Don't let your kids in it. It's not just green, harmless stuff that's in there. It can actually make them sick. So we just have these signs out. We have brochures that are available. And if you do see something that looks, you know, kind of like that slimy type of water, you really want to stay away from that. And there's a site that you can log on to, and it's actually on our webpage as well, where you can report a potential algal bloom. And the state has some funding, it's limited, but they will come out and do some testing so they can confirm whether or not they actually have an harmful algal bloom. So if you're out, this is a picture of what a algal bloom might look like. It kind of has that hazy kind of look, but it can also look a little bit like algae. If you have a question, here's another picture. Algae tends to be like filamentous, and so don't come into contact because the cyanobacteria can also have toxicity to your skin, so you'll get irritated. But so use gloves, use protective gear, don't walk into the water. But if you use a stick and you can see everything staying together like you see in this photo, then it's probably filamentous algae and it's not harmful. It's still gross, so you may not want to go in it. A little bit different is a cyanobacteria. If you had protective gear and went out and collected some of it and rubbed it in your hand in a glove, of course, the pigments would lyse out of the cells and it looks more like a paint. So it gives you a different kind of look when you're when you look a little bit closer, but really the only way to know for sure is by testing. So the bottom line is when in doubt, stay out. So keep your kids, keep your dogs safe, and don't risk it.